I give up. MK, have you seen my knitting needles?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The blue ones. I was working on them. They're DPNs, they're aluminum.
No, I haven't seen them.
I've checked everywhere. I've turned my office upside down. They're not in my bedroom. They're not in your bedroom. When's the last time I was using them?
Didn't you have them last marathon?
I had them last Metroid marathon. They've got to be here somewhere. I was using them on the couch. Let's check.
Okay.
Video game. Pocket change. Dry erase marker. 3DS. Switch. Green screen. What is going on with this couch? Cosplay. Crockemeyer did nothing wrong. They've got to be here somewhere.
We have to go deeper.
We have to go deeper. Baseball bat. That might come in handy. Marathon prize. Toaster. There's a ladder down here. I gotta know. I'll be back. Do this. Look after the cats if I don't come back.
Yeah, of course. Your mother was a remarkable woman. I only wish she could have stayed with us longer. You're alive?
I found them. They were with an abomination called the Slench. I think it was supposed to be a pizza.
It's been months.
You mean, that means it's time for another Metroid marathon.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the first pocket dimension under Mojo's couch.
That's right. We are bringing you Metroid live from the third cushion on Mojo's couch.
Yes. Also in a different room, in a different place and time.
It's good to see everyone. It's good to be back. Let me tell you, it's been a flurry of energy here at Talon 4 setting up for this marathon. We're very excited. We have new audio setup. We have Couch Lord Ganon 11. I need a crown. I need a crown for
There
this.
are many couch lords.
And we have a new schedule chock full of Metroid and a bunch of not Metroid games. And we're excited to be playing for you. Mark, do you want to get started while I talk about
Not
what we're doing?
Metroid games? They're all Metroid games.
They're all Metroid games in my heart.
Okay.
And
Yes,
they're
I'm-
all Metroidvania games, including the art segments.
All right.
While Mark starts us on the original, the OG Metroid, which is celebrating its, 35th year
Oh my
in
goodness. I
existence
lost.
this year?
What year is it?
What?
I think it is.
What-
I think it is.
What year is it? Let me tell you why we're here, why I have invited Mark into my home, why I've invited Matt into my ears, and why I've invited
Hello.
you all into my chat. We are raising money for Direct Relief. If you have been around the Zeldathon community, or if you've been around the Twitch charity gaming community in general, you've probably heard of Direct Relief before. Just in case you haven't, or if you need a refresher, Direct Relief is an international organization that collects donations and spends those donations procuring medical supplies and fundraising and funding medical clinics around the world in at least 80 different countries. including clinics in every one of the 50 United States. We love them. They're great. They've been working super hard during COVID to get people personal protective equipment and to run these medical clinics. And now I think to help distribute vaccines and other vaccine goods like safety things for vaccines. So we're incredibly excited to raise for them this marathon. We have a goal of $2,000 that we'd like to raise over the weekend. And while we were playing music and while the alerts were muted, and I actually just realized once I finished the spiel, I need to go unmute our alerts.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Argitlim donated $100. So Argitlim, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's incredibly kind and generous of you, as always. We're very happy to see you.
Thanks for kicking off this marathon, right?
Yeah, Mark is using the claw grip. So Mark came over yesterday and said, Mike, I would like to play these games with a mouse and keyboard. And I said, Mark, I am a cruel and unusual lord of my apartment. And also, the keyboard is far too clickety and clackety.
Oh yeah.
For our mic setup.
We would never have heard us talk if I was allowed to play this game the way I wanted to. So I got used to it.
So I banned him from using a mouse and keyboard. Mice and keyboards are banned.
It'll be fine. We've gone through Metroid several times. What can possibly go wrong?
Nothing has ever gone wrong in a Metroid Marathon playthrough of Metroid 1.
All right.
A lot can go wrong.
And with that said, I need to go unmute our alerts so that if one of you lovely people donate, we can hear a fun Metroid-related sound.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Well, you'll be right back and we'll hear you live on Tech.
So, when I sat down today to be on the couch, as I sat on my desk, I glanced over, and we were talking about this right before the stream. I glanced over at my Meta Knight amiibo. Meta Knight, of course, famous for his appearance either in the Kirby games or in Smash Brothers, depending on what communities you hang out in.
Oh, hey, Matt.
And-
before you
Yes.
go on this long diatribe, please introduce yourself for the benefit of chat.
God,
because
hi.
there's a ghost
I'm Matt.
voice.
I've been haunting the stream the whole time. My name's Matt. You might know me as the fragrance of dark coffee. Other places on the internet. I'm gonna be on the couch a bunch this weekend, and I'm playing a game on Sunday. You can come check that out if you wanna. But right, so I'm looking at this Meta Knight toy. Right.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
No, it had to be done. It must have happened. So, Meta Knight holds a sword, and in his hand, he has that little sort of glove that has a thumb. And it had never occurred to me until today to ask the question, does Meta Knight have a thumb? And or a hand? How does he use the glove? Because all we know about Meta Knight is that he looks like Kirby, and Kirby either has no hand or, perhaps much more upsettingly, only a thumb. So how does he hold the sword?
I mean, so my counter argument to this is that Kirby, and by extension Meta Knight, which is a Kirby-like organism, has exactly as many limbs as he needs to accomplish his task. And I think of this because when Kirby transforms into like Fire Kirby, he sets his head on fire. But when he's not Fire Kirby, that is not the case, and this is true for literally every other form that he has. So, you know, when you turn into a wheel, we don't need to figure out the internal musculature of Kirby as a wheel, because it kind of just works. So, and also that's an eldritch nightmare waiting for me to happen someday.
I suspect Kirby, much like a cat or liquid, fills his container. I think when you put a glove on him, he has a hand.
A cat or a liquid.
I don't know if I want to delve any further into this line of questioning because it only gets much more horrifying from here.
Yeah, right? The moment the word musculature shows up in a conversation, it's time to peace out.
I don't want to know what happens in Kirby. Only bad things happen from that question.
Why? Why are we talking about this?
Because we're playing Nintendo's horror sci-fi series, Kirby.
Yes. Metroid,
yes.
the first Kirby game, where I just go into a ball and no one thinks about the logistics of that.
I would say welcome
I mean-
to Kirby-thon, but that's a thing that exists.
Yeah, that's a whole. We love our friends over at Kirby Marathon. Our whole other organization.
Are you part of it, or have you?
No.
Okay.
But like, I know people who are part of it.
I mean, I just kind of assume that you're part of every video game marathon for direct relief and all.
Don't tell anyone.
Until.
But I've never played a Kirby game.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good ones.
You should put it on the backlog. Give it a shot.
Oh yeah, the backlog.
Yeah.
We were just talking about a streamer that I watch who goes by the name Endless Backlog, and how that is maybe the most appropriate title for a variety streamer we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yes, I have the Endless Backlog as well. I just didn't name myself after it.
What you should do is get yourself a GameCube or GameCube-like device and boot you up some Kirby Air Ride with some friends.
Ooh.
I have a GameCube-like device. It's called a Nintendo GameCube.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one.
It is very GameCube-like. Missiles.
It shares many of the important features that a GameCube should have.
It's got all the
Actually,
greats, all the classics.
I just
It
got
Is a cube.
Cube
I just
Sorry,
have
what?
a neat physical mod for my GameCube because I went down the long rabbit hole of I want to get an analog pocket. It's been delayed for 1,000,000 years, but I still want to play Game Boy Advance games on my television, which eventually led to get a Game Boy player on my GameCube, which eventually led to where we are today, which is buy a optical disc emulator. It's a device that you take out the disc drive and
got
you
a
put
donation.
in. That's more important than what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it is. So shut up. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I
Kidding.
should refresh this page more.
Please don't.
Oh, Holiday Wither.
Oh, and Hipster also donated.
Holiday Wither, known as the world record holder
The
for
world
Nightmare Before
record
Christmas,
holder.
the Pumpkin King. He is the speedrun king. Thanks for tuning in, Wither. Glad to have you here.
So that is a $10 donation from Holiday Wither, the world record holder in the Nightmare Before. I'm sorry, Tim Burton's The Night Before. I'm sorry.
This title.
It's a long one.
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Pumpkin King.
Yes.
And $100 from Hipster Harbinger, who is known as the world record holder in being a cool dude.
Thanks, hipster.
Sorry, Mark, you're in second.
Yeah.
What's the time on that?
I've run out of energy for this bit.
0 to cool dude.
I also want to point out that my donation reading device is this phone, this smartphone, this intelligent device, which on the Streamlabs charity page shows me the top donators, their word, not mine. It shows me their name and their amount that they have donated, and it does not show me their comment.
Oh.
Aw.
Yes.
So,
Matt,
Yes.
would you be able to go look at those comments for us?
I currently have access to the top 3 leaderboard. I suspect I have access to another page,
if you
which shows me the totality.
refresh, will it show 4 people?
Let's find out. Big money, no Emmys.
Oh.
It does.
Hey!
So as long as when we have a new donation, I will refresh and I will find the donation message.
Very good. 'Cause
Excellent.
All right.
I would hate to miss those. Those are the highlight of my marathon.
Of course.
There
of
was a
course.
question in chat that I actually wanted to address. How much do we need to donate to get me to play this with a keyboard? Infinite amount.
All right, now hold on. Because
Dangerous question.
I really like having good audio quality in our stream, but do you know what I like more? Perfect.
Donating to
every
direct
time.
relief?
Donating to direct relief.
Okay.
So Mark and Matt, please
Yes.
let's set an amount. If we reach a certain amount, I will allow Mark to use a keyboard to play this game.
Honestly, we might be
Well-
past the point where I need it by then, but all right. Challenge accepted.
Well, we're currently at 100 and what?
$220.
Oh, it came in so fast. I think a clean 500 is a good number.
all right.
If you all get us to 500, I will force you to listen to the clickety clackities.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be our audio for the rest of Metroid. And
Well,
then,
if you want a sneak peek, I'm actually next to my keyboard right now. We can just.
yeah.
Oh yes, it's that. Now imagine that but about 3 times as bad.
Yeah, imagine that, except
Oof, gosh.
just over and over and over again.
Oh no.
That is how I play the video games, and it doesn't bother me because I got this giant honking set of tin cans on my head, but it will destroy our poor viewership.
Oh
So
boy.
that's why it's not there. Ah!
The worst, honestly, like,
Oh boy, here we go.
Hipster has taken the bait.
I don't know what clackers they got in theirs, but my clackers are buckling spring keyboards.
Oh,
Buckling
those
spring,
are
like
those
keys.
are the best clackers.
Oh, I love them. They're so clacky. They're so clacky. I don't bring them to my office
Hey.
because I like my coworkers.
Hey, do you all remember when we said, "There's no way they'll reuse this. There's no way we'll reach $500."
Did we already get there?
Oh my cannon!
So Hipster Harbinger donated $280.
Wow, they want the clicky.
And then Argotlim, perhaps in the process of doing this while Hipster donated their $280, also contributed $100. I'm proud to announce that we're at $600 toward our goal. I'm gonna go get the keyboard
It's time for
All right.
suffering.
and the mouse, actually, because we need to remap our bindings.
Oh yeah,
We haven't even fought one boss yet.
No, although we are about to do the like actual hardest part of the
Okay.
game that I wanted the keyboard for.
I need you to pause this.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Hope you're all excited
real
for
clicky,
some
real fast.
live keyboard remapping.
I did
cool.
save. Well, like, I have this saved as a preset, so we should just need to set another thing, and then we can unload it. And
Oh
do-
boy, I hope that preset doesn't. Oh gosh, we also need to make a room in this thing. Time to move.
Do we have some
all of the
some good
technicals?
elevator music?
No, we don't. We have the sounds of things.
Hang on, I have an answer.
Never see it coming.
I'll solve. We have improvised solutions today.
Oh boy. Import? Oh boy. I have to configure it.
We're solving problems here, folks.
Just whatever you do, don't overwrite preset 2.
You got
I cannot believe how fast we hit this goal. It is blowing my mind.
Hipster, there's something wrong with you. Also, thank you so much for supporting Direct Relief.
Absolutely incredible.
Is our camera laggy?
I don't know.
My preview is laggy. That's not a good sign.
All right. We can disable the elevator music.
Thank you.
All right. We got through almost one loop of it exactly.
Ah, yes. The clicking haunts me, and I'm not even
There
trying
we
to
go.
watch a
There's
stream
that
for
clicking.
entertainment.
There's that clacking.
Yeah, so what kind of switches are these that you don't have any co-workers to torment with? Because I think mine are actually louder than this when I play the game.
These are browns.
Okay.
Man, sounds like esports in here.
I mean, so I spent a lot of my formative years learning to play RTSs. Oh goodness. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Hey, remember when you were mad because I was gonna have to make you do keyboard, and this is the trick that you would mess up?
You know what? Shut
Or-
up, Mike. I spent a lot of my formative years playing RTSs, so like I've learned how to do things like push the buttons incredibly quickly in order to spawn more overlords or construct additional pylons. And so when you hear me going, that is me channeling my ability to try to make more drones and spawn more overlords.
I'm almost certain when I purchased my keyboard, among the things I thought are, man, I'm gonna be so bad at Dota, and you know what? I was right. I'm still terrible at Dota. But man, I'm loud when I play it, which is, it's all I need.
You know, it projects confidence, is what it does.
When I'm feeling real scared, I'll just turn on my microphone and everybody can hear me clicking buttons.
This ain't the cycle.
No,
this ain't it, Jim.
This ain't the cycle.
So why don't we explain to the viewers what on God's green earth you are trying to do to these squares?
I can explain that while Mark does the thing.
All right.
So, Mark has developed a particular route through this game. It is pretty fast route. We're not approaching world record levels, but like, it's respectable. It's very good. I will say it. Mark is damn good at this game.
Oh, thanks.
Mark has developed a route to take him through this game pretty quickly, and it involves getting the Various suit. The Various suit pretty much right now. You are not supposed to get the Various suit right now. You are supposed to go on a very roundabout trip throughout the planet Zebes in order to get, among other things, the high jump before you are supposed to be able to get the Various suit. We are not doing that. We do not have time to go get the high jump. So instead, we're baiting this this floating creature whose name I always forget to go up into the upper half of this room so that we can then freeze it and use it as a platform to reach the door to get the Various suit.
That sounds intended.
In order to do that, we're essentially taking advantage of the AI. The way these things are programmed, you see they go up and down in kind of a sine wave motion. Whenever they encounter some barrier that stops them from going further down than they want to go or further up than they want to go, they kind of like reset the bottom of their arc. So we like, as it starts out, this thing has enough height to get up into the blocks that Mark is breaking. Once we freeze it there and we unfreeze it with some of these blocks reformed, it hits those as it bottoms out and it resets how high it can go and lets it go high enough to get up into the upper half of the room. We then follow it there, freeze it up there, and use this as a platform to get to the room.
Yes.
However, it involves getting it into this vertical column of broken blocks, and then getting Samus into a lower position in the column of breakable blocks, and then like unfreezing it and breaking the blocks above it, and basically doing that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but going to a place way later in the game than you're supposed to be to get a suit sounds awfully dangerous.
Yeah!
We're still in Brinstar, actually, and like all of the enemies in Brinstar are designed to have the dumpy orange juice suit, the power suit.
Okay.
Yeah, the power suit.
Yeah, thank you, Mojo. It was absolutely my first attempt with the keyboard. The keyboard was key.
Board.
Oh, come on. Get over here, you.
We've now done the hard part of the trick.
Yes.
Now it's just getting this thing in a position where we can freeze it and use it as a platform appropriately.
Well, we can still screw ourselves up if we accidentally kill the thing. Yes, I have done that. It's soul-crushing, but it's a lot harder to do.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I
We've now
guess
done.
the classic speedrun experience of I did the hard part, now I can't do the easy part.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the hard part of Metroid. And from here, you all get to enjoy that. Oh my gosh, this keyboard is going to be especially deadly when we get to Ridley.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're gonna be clicking that keyboard a lot.
Tell us more about Direct Relief and more about how donations work here on Metroid Marathon and our Gleam giveaway. Those are the things that we forgot to mention.
Sure. So,
Sorry, random side tangent. I was just
You
like,
ever just
oh, wait,
have,
there's something
like-
we need to talk about.
near encyclopedic knowledge about the topic that someone asks you to talk about, and then your mind just empties?
Yes, you're welcome.
First, I'd like to talk about this donation from Sterling.
All right. I'm gonna refresh the page. I'm gonna take a look see.
I was sitting here trying to get through the ceiling in Metroid, and I was like, wait, there's something related to our marathon that we forgot to say.
Sterling donated $100 and says, keeping this marathon hot. Thank you so much.
Oh
Sterling.
man, it's so hot. It's actually a little hot in here. It's that light. So, as I mentioned, Direct Relief is a international humanitarian aid organization. They collect donations and spend it on acquiring medical supplies and emergency supplies, and then they send those to places that have recently, experienced some local disaster, like tsunamis or tornadoes or hurricanes or whatnot. They use what we in the gaming world call cheat codes I'm immediately going to withdraw and retract that statement. So
take two.
Yeah, so Direct Relief has like deals and is able to buy in bulk from suppliers and essentially turn $1 of donations into $40 worth of medical supplies, which would be cheating. I would describe that as cheating, but that makes it sound like they're stealing medical supplies, and that is not what they are doing.
Yeah.
No, they're just buying them much more intelligently than you or I could.
Yeah. So your donation, $100 to Direct Relief, they can leverage that to get, what is that, $4,000 of supplies?
Yes.
So Surfib is in our chat. Surfib, aka Steve from Direct Relief, is our good friend named Steve, who works at Direct Relief. And I've made it kind of an inner joke. I don't know if anyone else does this. I make it a joke that I only refer to Steve from Direct Relief as Steve from Direct Relief. So
I'm sure he's mildly hurt by that in a way that you can't quite understand.
Well, let me know. That is indeed the Steve from Direct Relief.
Glad to have you here, Steve.
So
From Direct Relief.
Steve from Direct Relief is mentioning
Yes,
that
that's
many
the
of the
one.
supplies and medicines that they get and then redistribute are actually donated by the companies themselves. So a lot of their cost actually isn't from acquiring supplies, but the distribution of those supplies. Awesome. Super cool. And he says, I mean,
feel like-
technically he is the Steve from Direct Relief.
That implies
Every
there's
time
only
I
one.
hear something about Direct Relief, I feel like I am watching a Billy Mays commercial and being constantly baffled by just how much I'm getting for my $20.
But wait, there's more.
There's more!
Act
it's
now.
just incredible. What a charity.
Yeah, Direct Relief is super awesome. Here, would you like to know exactly one more fact about Direct Relief before I move on to talk about our giveaway? I'm glad
only
you
one.
asked.
Yes, Mike, I would.
Hit me with them facts.
The website, so there's a website called Charity Navigator. It's great for evaluating different charities. Charity Navigator evaluates the charity based on how open and transparent they are about their financial situation, and how effective they are with their financials. I think those are like the two metrics they rate on. They don't rate on like quote unquote how good a charity is. So like, if I went to the trouble of registering a charity that was like, get Mike nachos every Friday night, and I actually went through the process of making a 501c3 dedicated to getting me nachos every Friday night, and for some reason that was accepted by the state and federal government. And then I like released all my tax forms and stuff, and was completely transparent about the fundraising and the efficacy of getting me nachos on Friday night. Like 100% of donations raised go toward the program. Charity Navigator would rate me at 100%, which is still very useful for like finding charities and being like, this charity is doing this really great thing, but actually like they only raise, they only dedicate 50% of their funds or whatever. This is a very roundabout way of me getting to the point. Direct Relief, we know Direct Relief's mission is noble and good and true. It is get medical supplies and aid to people who don't have medical supplies and who don't get aid. Very good. You would then ask, well, okay, how transparent are they? And how effective is their fundraising? They score a perfect 100% on Charity Navigator. So mission is good, transparency is good, fundraising efficacy is good. They're knocking it out of the park on every metric. That's so much easier than like...
I'm sorry, rando little trick that I learned about Metroid and that I didn't want to explain because we're talking about the charity, which is, the reason we're here. When you unmorph ball in midair, you just lose all your momentum. Anyways, Direct Relief.
That's goofy.
That was cool. That was cool. It's good. It's a good game.
Thanks, Mike.
Gotta get the game.
Extremely functional video game, Metroid 1.
Yeah, every time Direct Relief does some kind of fundraising project, they're doing the 100% route.
Very good.
Awesome.
So that was a lot funnier in my head.
It was pretty okay.
Good. Let's talk about, so when you donate to Direct Relief, you get a good feeling in your heart. You get the knowledge that you're helping people who didn't have access to medical supplies get those access to medical supplies. You're helping Direct Relief run medical centers throughout the United States. Like during all the protests and stuff last year, Direct Relief was directly involved in running medical clinics around where protests were happening. So they were like, hey, are you, a protester who got tear gassed? We'll help wash your eyes out. Are you a police officer who, got bullied? Where's our drops?
Bug, where you go?
We'll help do first aid. They did not care what your race or creed or nationality or religion was. Their mission was give you medical aid, which I think is also super noble, super great. So when you donate to Direct Relief, you get that good feeling in your heart, and you get to know that you're helping them. If you want something tangible out of this marathon, if you want a cool prize, we can also give that to you. Our friend Mojo has cross-stitched an incredible cross-stitch of a character from Hades.
Yet another Metroid game.
Yet another Metroid game. And it can be yours for the low price of no donations. You do not have to donate for this. If you type !giveaway or !gleam, I forget. Try both of those things. You will be taken to a Gleam giveaway where all you're required to do is visit our website, maybe share a tweet about us, join our Discord, etc., etc. All of these things cost you nothing, gain you 1 entry each into the giveaway, and at the end of the marathon, we'll pull a winner, and we'll see who gets to win Mojo's incredible cross-stitch of our favorite Hades character.
Mojo's cross stitches are awesome. I saw the Hornet cross stitch she did for the previous Metroid and other marathon. Really, really well done. Real pretty. Currently hanging up at the winner's house, I believe.
Did we ever get that to?
Yes.
Okay,
I
good.
took the box over.
Okay, good.
I have seen a previous Metroid Marathon prize back when there was slightly higher Metroid density of that Super Metroid screen, and it is gorgeous in person. It is just a wonderful thing to hang on your wall.
All right, I talked about Direct Relief. I talked about giveaways.
Yes.
If you have been convinced by my monologuing and you would like to donate, the link has just come up in chat. You can click on that Streamlabs charity link and donate to Direct Relief. Or if that link ever goes away, you can type !donate, and you will get a command to go donate. So this is actually kind of exciting. One more piece of monologuing. We're using Streamlabs Charity, which is pretty much brand spanking new platform for doing donations over streams. Their big thing that they're advertising and that I super appreciate, they take a 0% cut of your donations. That's right, they take no cut from your donations. So 100% of your donations will go to Direct Relief.
Yay!
It's as efficient as walking into Direct Relief and handing them money.
Which,
perhaps more so.
Maybe. It's a lot faster. It'll save you on gas.
That's true. And you don't have to, hold money.
Bug, you and I are no longer friends. Other Bug is my new best friend now.
Oh, man. Missiles first try?
Bug just not giving you missiles.
He's
so more
as
aggressive.
far as what's actually happening in the game, we are right outside of Kraid's lair. I would like to shoot missiles at him. I don't have them. I am asking Bug politely for missiles.
By shooting it.
By shooting it in the face.
Politely
60
shooting
times. When we get into Kraid, brace for keyboard ASMR unlike any you have ever heard before in your life.
You know it.
Oh, no!
Oh, it's okay. There's plenty of energy to drop. Get.
This is a deeply uncooperative room full of bugs.
It is. Which is why I normally use the other room.
You know what bugs drop things much more consistently? It's the bugs in the Pumpkin King, which we'll talk all about on Sunday.
Get ready for Pumpkin
there's
King.
a lot of well, not a lot of, but there's a bit right towards the end where it's like, we're gonna hop into this hallway and kill every bug 30 times. But
Also,
it goes by fast.
Matt, I'm very sorry. I didn't quite catch what game you were talking about. Were you talking about Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King?
All right, what do you guys?
that's
What have you
right,
guys
to
are talking about?
clarify, we are
Clackety,
talking
clackety,
about-
clack, clack, clack.
2005 Game Boy Advance game Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King. That's the one.
For the Game Boy Color, I believe, or is it the Game Boy Advance?
For the Game Boy Advance. For the
Whoa.
Nintendo Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
A title so long you can kill Kraid during it.
And we don't want that energy tank because we're death warping?
Yep.
Okay.
Tight.
Ah, yes. Now we get to the significantly easier part of the game, where all I have to do to get places as fast as possible is die.
It's
Why
not easy,
does
kid.
Kraid give you 75 missiles?
I don't know.
Why does
We
he even
haven't-
have 75 missiles?
Where was he keeping those 75 missiles?
in his belly?
Kraid got big old pockets. You walk into Kraid's lair and say, "It's nice here," and he says, "Thanks, it has pockets." And he
It
shows
has
you his
pockets.
75 missiles.
Oh, we're getting this energy tank.
Yes.
Well, presumably he has 75 missiles for the same reason that, like, old New Yorkers had quarters in their pockets. It's just real handy. You know, you need them for parking meters and for telephone calls, and you see how many missiles it takes to get anywhere in Brinstar.
It's just a nightmare.
Yeah, it's just, you don't have a pocket full of missiles, it's just inconvenient to get around.
Every single one of these doors got to be opened with another random 5 missiles. It's just like, you know
know
what?
it.
Can you make
Bring
that
it-
jump?
No, you cannot. You end up hitting your head on the ceiling and then your butt in the lava, pretty much.
There we go.
Yeah, so this room has caused us consternation in at least one Metroid Marathon because it's mildly terrifying, although not actually difficult. Because we died in order to not have to jump up a very long hallway, because we don't have the high jump yet. We only have 30 energy, and unlike enemies in the first level of the game, enemies in this level hurt.
Yeah.
So we need to get to that room and get that energy tank while taking as little damage as possible. That room killed us in at least one marathon, I think, or
Yeah,
got me
but
down to like 1 health.
if
or
you
something.
do die, you just spawn right back up at the elevator, right?
Yeah, but, you know,
it's
it's
not
more
that
about-
big a deal, but
more-
it's still like,
It's the emotional impact. Of
well,
dying.
it's a gauntlet that you have to get through
Yeah.
in order to get the energy tank, and even if it's even if you fail and it's easy to get back there, it is still a gauntlet that you must run through.
We had a comment in chat, this game is mean. This game is mean.
This game
It's
is
the
mean.
meanest Metroid game.
Look, this game was made in the 80s, and games made in the 80s were mean, almost
It's
by
true.
definition.
If you guys had asked me at any point during our introduction to be like, Mark, tell us about Metroid 1, I was going to say, you know, when you were a young lad or lass and used
When
to
I
go
was a young warthog.
and you used to go to Blockbuster with your mom,
Uh-huh.
and you'd point out on the shelf, Mom, I want to get Metroid. And she would respond with, Son, we have Metroid at home. That's this game.
This game is the Metroid at
This
home.
game is Metroid at home.
I respect a lot about this game. I don't think I ever actually want to play it again.
Yeah, and thus my seat at Metroid Marathon is permanent
It is secure.
because one of us will
no one is
always
fighting you.
there will always need to be a watch playing the original Metroid.
His
Some
watch will never
must.
end.
Some must play Metroid.
So
I
that
will
others
say,
may play.
Metroid 1
I don't know.
Might have the best instruction manual.
Oh yeah,
It-
oh yeah.
That one, it does have a one-up on most of the franchise.
because
It's got those good 80s sci-fi illustrations.
we've looked that up a couple of times, right? I should.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what my bio should be on our website. It should be a picture from the Metroid 1 manual.
Ooh, yeah.
Brian, make it so. I don't care which picture you find, surprise me.
I have found great joy lately in looking up old video game manuals and discovering, like, art of characters that we know before they were really pinned down yet. Like, I've been playing a lot of Wario Land lately, and the instruction manual for the first Wario Land includes Small Wario, who is analogous to Small Mario, right? It's Wario after he takes damage. As far as I know, Small Wario has never been in another video game, and he looks wild. He's a tiny gremlin of a man.
He's amazing. I actually
Please send
I
me
have,
this picture on Discord.
I
have
have
to
very
show it. He's
very
just
fond
wild.
memories of Wario Land.
I love Wario Land.
Which there were multiple, weren't there? Or was there only the one on
There
the
was
Game
many
Boy?
Wario Land games. There
Okay.
was many.
So-
there were many Wario Land games. I only ever played the first one.
So
Okay.
Wario Land, as I have been buying like a lot of Game Boy cartridges lately. So you are likely familiar that Wario began as the antagonist of Mario Land 2.
6 golden
And
coins.
then, yeah, 6 golden coins. Or if you bought your cart in bulk in from a Japanese eBay seller, the Mutsu no Kinka.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 golden coins is the one I remember for sure.
Yeah. So you get your 6 golden coins, and then you go beat up Wario and its rules. And then they're like, we should make another one. And Wario's the protagonist now, and that's Super Mario Land 3: Wario Land 1, which is a cool and weird game. And then they abandoned the Mario Land prefix, and the next one was just Wario Land 2, Wario Land 3, Wario Land 4.
Also, for
All
some
right.
reason, the big shtick to the first Wario Land game is that you pick up hats, and those hats give you different powers.
Boy, if only we were playing a game like that at this marathon.
That'd be crazy.
Imagine.
And like, it's cool. There's like a dragon hat that lets you breathe fire. There's a bull hat that lets you bull rush. There's a hat that gives you flight powers. Would anyone care to guess what kind of hat gives you flight powers?
A squirrel hat?
That's
I don't know.
That's
I'm
a
going off-
reasonable guess.
I'm going off of Super Mario Brothers 3.
That is a reasonable guess. Flying squirrels would be an excellent homage. Any other guesses? A helicopter hat. Great guess.
That's way too much.
Also
Sure.
used in Mario games. Not the right answer. Does he fart to fly? That's more on brand with later Wario than it is early Wario. A reasonable guess, but not correct. A Pegasus hat? Nope. Doesn't really remind me of Pegasus. It's a cow hat.
Oh, of course. That should have been my second guess.
An animal
earlier.
that I think of as graceful and
As-
aerodynamic.
As far as I can tell, it's a cow hat. Now, it might supposed to be. How do you English this sentence?
Meredith has it, because cows jump over the moon.
Because cows jump over the moon.
I think that's it. I think that's the reference. Or at least I'm going to side with Mare on that.
You've got me
Oh,
there.
I did post.
You
I
shut
did
me up.
post an image in our Discord for your later perusal of
I will
Small
bring
Wario.
it up on my phonular device.
I also put it in chat earlier, so
I
chat
will
could go
also-
check out Small Wario.
I mean, I need to see this, but I'm basically the only person who can't click on that link on this marathon.
I think we're
This is
streaming
true.
in 30 frames per second. I
no.
am going to change that to 60 frames per second once we look at this image.
Well, it's a good thing there are only about 4 frames per second in native Metroid anyway, so it's
Yeah.
all good.
Not yet a huge concern.
Yeah.
I know I'm speaking in 30 frames per second.
I hope
What-
you all
what
enjoyed
exactly-
that noise.
Oh my
I
god.
was gonna say what?
Oh, I love the hair.
I love Small Wario.
The hair and the nose are spectacular.
Yeah, those old Wario Land sprites, they got good sprites. His crawling animation is delightful. And
Maybe-
also, like, old Wario Land, I mean, all the Wario Land games are deeply weird, which is why I like them so much. But especially the first one, you have 3 upgrades that you can get beyond the usual go from Small Wario to Big Wario, which is, of course, a full bulb of garlic.
Of course.
You have 3 different kinds of hats. You have the bull hat, which just puts on little bull horns, and now you can butt stomp, and your big shoulder bash is more powerful. You have a dragon hat, and
Which
the
I thought
hat
for a long
breathes
time was an
fire.
alligator hat.
It looks much more like an alligator than a dragon, but it does
you
breathe
have
fire.
my mouse and keyboard.
We're not
And,
fixing these 30 frames a second. Unless, actually, no. Let's go back to the gamepad for a little bit. For the purposes of...
Fortunately, it's not actually that difficult to migrate this.
And also, we have background input.
Where's my mouse?
I have also
It is on the Metroid.
I have also pulled up the Mario Wiki article for Tiny Wario, which is distinct from the article for Wario.
Okay, so in order to fix our FPS, I need to actually take the stream down and change this. So I'm going to take the stream down for like 2 seconds.
All right,
So everyone, stay calm. Nobody panic.
we will be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We have been reminded to rehost.
Is there anything else I want to check actually while we're here? I'm going to Alright, our camera still looks laggy, but...
What do you do? Chat,
What
are
can
we
you do?
back? More or less. All audio and visual things set up to go. Okay.
I'm getting
There says
I'm
we're
getting
back.
feedback that says yes.
Very good.
Survey says yes.
Thank
I'm
you all
getting a
for-
psychic reading that says yes.
Thank you all for waiting patiently for 30 seconds for us to stream Metroid's frame drop.
I give up. MK, have you seen my new...
No, stop that.
No,
Who-
we have not seen your knitting video.
We're...
I'm doing that.
Yeah, I clicked some... I cleared all the hotkeys from your emulator so that I wouldn't change options in the emulator. What I neglected to do was click and clear hotkeys away from OBS because I was hitting OBS hotkeys. Amazing.
All right.
We're
are
good
we
at
now?
this.
Are we good?
Now we should.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
All right. Great.
Boy, it's a good
I
thing
think
I
we're
didn't
as
do
good.
anything devastating with D and C.
Oh, you have the screw attack now.
Yes, we do.
Yay!
We missed very little while we were fixing stream. I was standing in the middle of that room to get screw attack, which is the last major power up that we're going to get because it's cool, and because this is a Metroid marathon and we're playing Metroid games. We got to get the Metroid logo.
That's right.
Metroid, but every time I jump, we get a cold open. That's what was happening.
You gotta get the logo.
I would watch that.
It's the Lord of the Rings, but every time Sam takes a step, it's the furthest he's ever been from home.
If I take one more step, Mr. Frodo, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
I'm sort of shocked they let that video stay up on the internet, given that it is technically the full movie.
My favorite.
It's unwatchable.
My favorite one of those is, if I remember correctly, it is the script of the Bee movie. But every time they say the word bee, they replace it with the book of Genesis from the Bible. But every time they type the word begat in the book of Genesis in the Bible, they replace it with the word bee. I might have gotten the order of those wrong, but it's that idea.
There must be a way to easily categorize these, like, extremely high effort joke YouTube videos that are deeply unwatchable.
X, but every time Y happens, it's Z instead.
XYZ substitution movies.
I have seen the B movie, but every time they say B, it gets faster, which is pretty watchable for about 5 minutes.
That one's and then it ends abruptly.
Yeah.
So
Or similarly, David Gilbert's new shoes, but every time they say the word shoes, we increase the content aware filter. And that gets interesting quickly.
What?
So, you know those videos and or GIFs of somebody, like, selecting an entire image and saying content aware filter this, and it just takes the existing image and makes it a little weird?
No, this is news to me.
This is a whole weird category of joke posting that I'm going to have to show to you later. But essentially, it takes shapes that are in the image and distorts them and, like, amplifies them. And so certain features of human faces get bigger and certain features of the body get smaller, and the scaling just gets all weird.
Matt, every time you find something stupid on the internet, I need you to just forward it to me on Discord. The many conversations we've had have revealed to me how incredibly uncultured I am as a human being.
If you ever find yourself asking, would Mark want to see this? It seems the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. I need a feed that is just like the detritus from your brain subjected to the internet. I would like to subscribe to this GoFundMe.
I am deeply brain poisoned from my constant presence on the internet.
We're going with brain poisoned.
I need it. I need it quite badly.
Brain poisoned.
I would like to subscribe to these chat facts.
So what are these sort of plasma balls. They don't show up in later Metroid games, do they?
They do. They're in Metroid Prime. They're
Really?
They're bombos.
Oh, they are in Metroid Prime.
Yeah. Oh.
They're just like a weird ball.
That's a reminder that we should be setting up for Ori and the Blind Forest in 10 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
It's fine. The game runner for that
We're
is notably pretty patient.
Is he? All right.
I don't know.
We're getting there.
Not always, but for this I will be.
All right. So we are en route to Ridley then.
That's
I
right.
take it.
Yes.
We're only a few rooms away, right?
We are exactly 2 rooms away from excessive ASMR round 2. And then we
very
die,
good.
and then we die, and then we go to Turian.
Cool.
Or, excuse
And
me,
then
and,
we go,
and then we get an energy tank, and then we go to Turian.
All
And then
dogs
go
go to
maybe beat the
heaven,
game.
all cats go to Turian.
Yep.
Mark, I think this makes you taxonomically a cat.
Ow. Man. Streamers that have been stuck inside all year, that are constantly harassed by their cats while on stream, because that's a thing now.
Shout outs to Doug.
Yeah, bring joy to my life. All right, everybody.
Hey,
I
there's
hope
our
you're.
friend.
I hope you're excited for clicky noises. Hipster, why did you pay for this?
Can't you hold the button?
No,
Oh, it's
not
slower.
nearly fast enough.
You know, if we enable turbo,
No, get out of here.
No turbos on this stream.
turbo is cheating.
Ridley got a lot more tactical in the next Metroid games.
So
Yeah,
apparently,
this really doesn't compare to the fight falling down the shaft in Metroid Prime 3.
what a
I
good
wouldn't
boss
say
fight,
they're
though.
quite the same. Hey,
Easy
we
peasy.
did it.
Okay, you were saying something, Mike.
Whoa. You know, I was saying something.
Did you lose it?
It's gone.
All right.
Was it
I
about
must- I-
Doug? Was it about
Probably.
Ridley? Was it
We were
about
talking about cats harassing their streamers.
Yes. So Doug, team member and also in chat, has 2 cats known as Willow and Boogie. Boogie is the chillest dude you will ever meet. It's just like laid about, sunbathing, probably purring, just chill as anything.
How I like to spend most of my life.
Willow is wired on coffee 24/7.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's the
no.
thing that I
So she will be like in his background, meow, meow, meow.
Awesome.
Doug, I'd like to inform you that I am both of your cats.
At the same time. Are we dying?
Yes,
all the time.
we are just jumping into bombos for the next few minutes.
La 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 bombos.
Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-bambos.
I do not know enough Spanish to even pretend to know the lyrics of that song.
I know
I
the
don't-
first 3 words.
Yeah, I don't want to insult a significant portion of the planet trying
Forwards?
to pronounce that
Forwards.
song.
Bombos number 5. Boy, they are not cooperating with you. They
Yeah,
really,
no, they're
they
gonna
are-
they're gonna run away down that hallway forever.
They are pro Samus.
You know what I should have done? I should have died harder on my way to Ridley.
I guess.
Just casually
Right-
taken like flak damage, because that would involve less jumping into the bombos for this part.
Jumping into
Right
the
now you-
bombos. Ba-da-da-ba.
You seem to be dying to a DVD screensaver.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, more or less. All right,
Game over.
that's death number 1. To escape Norfair without having to do the work of jumping up places. We never go up. We only go to the right and then down and to the left.
That's
when
right.
possible.
Cool.
Except for right now, we need to go up to Turian.
No, that's the elevator.
The elevator
going up.
is going
That's
up.
very different.
You're
Yes,
standing still.
But now we need to.
No, we don't go up here. We let these guys kill us.
But like when
Oh,
we
we're
get the
dying
Brin
again.
Star,
How nice of Metroid to make it so easy to die after you respawn.
Except for the screw attack that I got. Okay, fine. In Brinstar, we might have to go up.
Yeah, that's what
I
I was
haven't.
talking about.
I was thinking of something clever. I was like, no Brinstar's in space. There is no up. It all depends on your point of reference in Newton.
We gotta
no,
bring back these
your
little
ship.
cyclopic
Your ship
gargoyles.
looks like it's. Our ship looks like this, and your ship looks like this. It's weird. It doesn't.
All right. Energy tank.
I love the elevator gargoyles, and I want them to come back very badly.
They
I'm trying to think of a good portmanteau for elevator gargoyles, and it's not coming to mind.
Man, Gargoyles was a really good show.
I never watched
Gotta
it.
watch more of that show. It was good.
It was really good, like 90s cartoon in the style of Batman the Animated Series, but not quite as much budget as Batman the Animated Series, so they had to cancel
No.
it early.
But
and
why
not
don't you
made
just
less.
watch Batman the Animated Series?
Because at some point you run out of Batman the Animated Series.
That's when you rewatch Batman the Animated Series.
Mojo?
I mean, you certainly could.
in chat posted a picture of our Gleam giveaway cross stitch, I believe.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Go look at it. Go peep at it with your eyeballs.
Yes, and go bring more friends to Metroid Marathon so that you can enter the giveaway. Because that's more or less what it is. It's like go tell social media.
Go tell it on your Twitter feed.
Yay!
I was thinking almost exactly the same thing. Go out and tell it on the mountain and win yourself a wonderful cross stitch and put it in your home and just admire it.
Yep.
Gaze upon it. Make it the centerpiece of your living room or foyer.
Please stare at the art. You should be feeling mentally reinvigorated.
I gotta replay Portal 2. I never played the co-op in Portal 2.
Oh,
and
the
I hear
co-op
that
is
that's
good.
at least as good as the single player.
It's not.
All right.
Like, frankly, it's not. The single player is incredible because you have Cave Johnson in the single player, and you do not
This
have
is
Cave
true.
Johnson in the multiplayer. But the multiplayer is like a completely different. You do get GLaDOS in the multiplayer. You get a completely different set of GLaDOS voice lines, and like it's co-op puzzles. So you know,
I like
it's
those.
fun. It's very, very good. Don't let me saying it's not as good as the main game detract you from the fact that it is great, but the main game is just too good to.
The main game's a very high bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not as good as like the best puzzle game that has ever been released.
yeah.
Oh,
Hey, this is
darn.
that bomb that when you come back here in Super Metroid, you can get by bomb jumping extremely precisely.
Oh
And
yeah.
in Zero Mission, yeah.
I think you can do that in this game too, but I'm not learning how to bomb jump.
And don't, please, do not bother.
Yeah, I have better things to do with my life than learning how to bomb jump in Metroid 1. We'll just go ahead and struggle with the one screwy guy in the hallway to get the various suit.
I have an idea for an incentive during my Ori run. I wasn't thinking of
Oh, yeah?
anything, but now I have an idea.
I
Should
mean-
I explain it now or should I leave
You
it?
go right ahead and explain it now, because we've got about 10 more minutes left of Metroid 1.
All right. So
That's true.
visible on our camera is our tech desk setup. It may look suspiciously like a coffee table. Don't let your eyes deceive you.
It's a very
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, it's
Although this is coffee.
that's my
That's coffee. So technically this is now a coffee table. Adorning this coffee table is a Go XLR mixer. We are not sponsored by Telecom, or HC Telecom, I think is their company name.
Hit us up with that sponsor.
Hit us up with that sponsorship. But I like this thing a lot. I think this has some really cool features. In particular, in addition to just like having sliders
Oh, I
that
know
I
what
can
this
slide
is.
things up and down and change volume levels for, and I can change who we are and how loud, stuff like that. That is its main feature that I use it for. I think I turned this up a little bit too loud. My second favorite feature is that it can do silly voice effects.
Can
and
we
there's-
make the keyboard louder?
Can we make the keyboard louder?
I mean, it's everything that's
No.
going in through the microphone, so if we
Yeah.
turn on the silly voice effects.
If we, I'm sorry, if we turn on the,
Silly voice effects. Yes, it does make the keyboard.
so I have reverb here, I have echo, which is different from reverb, I have pitch, and I have what it calls gender, which is kind of a weird term for this. It's like, kind of like the tenor of your voice is what it changes. But we have these 4 different dials that we can hit, and we can enable megaphone mode, or robot mode, or hard tune mode, or any mixture of the things. I'm going to be running the game. I'm
Yes.
going to be playing Ori and the Blind Forest. And Mark doesn't know how this works. So for every $20 donation, I'll let Mark play with the audio mixer for 5 minutes and come up with a silly voice.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, I didn't realize that I was going to be involved in this donation and stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe I should have asked your
Incredible.
permission first. Does this sound like a good idea?
I don't ask for my permission. I'm here to help run your marathon. I'm stuck doing whatever you request of me.
Okay.
What buttons am I not allowed to push might be a thing that we need to go over.
Okay, so nothing in this zone.
Okay.
I'll teach you what this zone does later.
All right.
And this zone is for administrative purposes only.
Okay.
But anything here
Is for silliness.
is for silliness. Also, so this is actually a practical matter. If we ever have to cough, you can press and hold this button until you release this button.
Got it.
I
I will also have more trouble hearing us when I hit that button.
Yes, that is true.
The tin can's on my head.
And if we ever say a curse word like that bug in that hallway, you can press the bleep button and it'll bleep us.
That's real handy.
This is gonna be
I should
amazing.
get me one of these.
They're very expensive, and they will make your audio setup more complicated.
For basically no gain unless we
Well,
click the silly buttons.
no, I don't want to say for basically no gain. There's a lot of gain. I actually, like, stream administration is a lot easier with this once you go through the hassle of setting everything up. It will take you a while to set everything up, and things will be janky.
Got it.
For example,
Yes.
we are hosting 4 segments during this. Mark is playing Metroid. Mark will be playing A Hat in Time later. I will be playing Ori and the Blind Forest, and I will be playing VVVVVV. Of those 4 segments that we are hosting, exactly one of them plays well with this mixer.
Ah.
And that's
see.
this segment.
Man, you talked about those games we're going to be playing, and I got re-excited because we're playing a lot of good games this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
I want to watch those. In
We're
fact,
playing
gonna.
a lot of good Metroid games this weekend.
We sure are playing a lot of very good Metroid games.
I have an annoying bit where I'm going to insist that every game is a Metroid game. I'm sorry.
Very good.
Don't apologize.
Many of the
I'm
games
sorry
are
in
awfully
advance.
Metroid-y. I mean,
Yeah, we did try to stick to a theme more or less, but it gets a little silly if you insist that, well, in this video game, Samus is now the spirit of a bird and a bear, trying
Sure.
to collect jigsaw puzzle pieces in order to save the Jingos in the woods. So,
did you know Samus is most of the characters in Super Smash Brothers?
oh yeah, exactly.
She is admittedly more of the characters in Super Smash Brothers than most of the characters in Super Smash Brothers. She's in there twice.
And Dark Samus is like... I mean,
It's just a
it's
kind of a
Dark
clone.
Samus.
It's clone-ish,
All right, so
clone-esque.
how many times is Ice Climbers a character in Super Smash Bros?
How many times?
That's
We're
my
getting into
question.
some very sort of ontological questions here about the nature of to be a character.
Well, that's why I asked.
We got a donation.
Oh,
Matt,
well,
please read
I'm,
us the donation.
I'd be happy to. Oh God, I'm getting audio feedback. All right, I'm no longer getting audio feedback. I'm still getting audio feedback. I'm
Yes.
hearing myself in the past just filtered through a million. God. This is horrific.
It's not nearly as metal as it is when it's Metroid Metal, but it's still a great song.
Goodness. Anyway, I'm gonna go look at this donation now.
Yes, please do.
we do need to hear it. Oh, hey,
All right.
Batufo. Welcome to Metroid Marathon.
We have a donation from Charlotte the Terrible, who donates $20. Thank you so much.
Any comment?
Nope, no comment.
Charlotte the Terrible, thank you so much for your $20 to Direct Relief. If you ask me, I don't think you're that terrible.
I'm
we did
still
it.
getting incredible feedback. Oh wait, no, we're not. All right, yeah, no, still getting a delay on everything I say and you say.
Well, yeah, are you watching our stream?
You fulfilled your mission.
Oh no, I am. I opened Metroidmarathon.com, which has an embedded stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
don't
there we
don't
go.
do that.
Fool that I am.
I'm gonna have to do remote that audio change we did for our video from the couch.
Oh boy.
Also, we'll probably want to swap positions
Okay.
over the break. Metroid is a grill?
What?
Hey, we did it, everybody. By everybody, I mostly mean Mark.
You helped very much.
Mark, you mostly did it.
You mostly did it, Marco. You.
Where'd you put the
Thanks to
controller?
new Matsuoka.
Where did I put the controller?
New Matsuoka Shikamato. Music by
Yay.
Hirokazu Hip Tanaka.
We'll all love Hip Tanaka here.
Thank you all for joining me for
Why
Metroid
can't Ori
1.
crawl through the blind forest?
Well, that has been Metroid. I've been Matt, and with me has been these other two fine
with
gentlemen.
you, huh? With you?
Yeah.
We've been
With
with
me.
you.
Matt
with
is
you.
the star.
No. Get this right. Reopen
right.
our stream. Get the so you can look at me doing this. You were with us. You were with us.
I see. Well, I'm not going to be with you on the next one. I'm just going to be in chat.
The next time on
Metroid
Other Marathon.
Another.
Wait, what am I doing? Hold on.
Yeah.
Metroid, another marathon.
Very good. I'm so glad we got a monster truck rally here. And
I can't wait to play with this thing in 15 minutes or so.
So,
Oh, yeah.
you can do whatever you want
Don't
here.
tell me. Don't spoil this.
All right, well, you're going to want to know this, because none of the things you do here take effect until you press the FX button.
That's one less thing I get to learn. Can you imagine the joy of confusion that you just denied?
I can imagine it.
No
It's-
one in particular,
it's
honestly.
sweet.
They'll probably be
It's
perfectly
sweet.
happy knowing that I know how to do things.
All right, look, the point is we're going to go to a quick transition. We're going to show you a video from Direct Relief about some of the work they've been doing in the past year related to the coronavirus. So we hope it is informative. I would say we hope you enjoy it, but coronavirus hasn't been that enjoyable.
No, it's been quite miserable.
But when we come back, we will have Ori in the Blind Forest for you. So thanks, everyone. We'll see you after
Stay
the break.
tuned.
Antes de que me pegara a mí el virus, yo era una de las personas que no creía. Y pues es muy difícil estar contagiado porque te da un cambio de vida total.
Farm workers have always been used to challenges, and they have a saying, well, tenemos que trabajar. We have to work. Meaning that I have no choice because I have no safety net. You know, when they first learned that they were designated essential, they were relieved, but on the other hand, they were just petrified. These workers are more vulnerable because, one, they have no health insurance. They're vulnerable because of their documentation status, and in terms of PPE, farm workers are not even being provided that. This just makes a tough situation even tougher. You know, one worker told me, I may be essential, but I'm not invincible.
Cuando nosotros supimos que habíamos sido contagiados del virus, la preocupación era por ellos, ¿no? Por los niños. Nos aislamos desde un principio, no poder darles un abrazo, una palabra. Lloraba cuando veía que ella iba y tocaba la puerta y quería a su mami. Y yo creo que el más triste de mi vida, de pasar un 10 de mayo.
Y pues se debe imaginar, ya aislado, pensando en la enfermedad y pensando en mis hijos también. Pues fueron unos días muy difíciles para mí porque me empezó a dar mucha desesperación.
Cuando nos dicen nuestros hijos también, sentimos por ahí que el mundo se nos vino abajo, sentimos que no había salida, que iba a pasar.
There's a lot of fear sometimes into coming to community health centers, but we're here for farmers and their families. Farmers are at a higher risk of contracting respiratory illnesses in general. In this area, we have incredible amounts of valley fever, a lot of asthma, a lot of seasonal allergies because of the quality of the air, the use of pesticides. So we are a vulnerable population, and people that work outside, like farmers, at an increased risk.
Ese era el miedo. Si nos ponemos mal, me van a hospitalizar. Sentía que era como irnos abajo todos.
I worry that our health system is going to collapse in the fall, so we're doing everything we can to prevent it. And one of the ways is by utilizing the resources that direct relief provides to us. I feel very honored to be able to serve our essential farmers. I feel like I have a huge responsibility over my shoulders.
La gente que trabaja en el campo juega un rol más que esencial. Entonces, qué orgullo, de verdad. Su familia está mejorando también y que van a regresar al trabajo a servirnos.
La gente del campo, ¿qué hace? Tiene que seguir trabajando, tiene que estarse arriesgando para poder seguir manteniéndose económicamente.
We take what we do as privilege, the fact that we can work from home. Farm workers can't. They can't Zoom to pick a strawberry. They can't go online to weed and thin. They have to show up. Recognize that they're essential. Recognize they're a valuable part of the food supply chain. Just as doctors are in the front lines in our health centers, farm workers are in the front lines of the food supply chain. And so we need to care.
Yo ahorita me siento bien. Siento que haberme ido a trabajar me sirvió mucho.
A veces uno dice, bueno, pues nosotros somos trabajadores del campo, pero me da mucho gusto que ahora los valoren, que los tomen en cuenta a toda la gente del campo.
Nos da gusto que los tomen en cuenta, ahora sí, pero me da gusto que se haya cambiado la tortilla. Claro, no, sí, nosotros tenemos que seguir trabajando, porque yo tengo todavía muchos niños chiquitos y pues el mundo nos necesita para arrimar las uvas a la mesa.